So the unsub knew that his burial site had been compromised, and he adapted by venturing outside his comfort zone.
And he changed his victimology. Look at Nick Skirvin compared to the other three victims. They were all dark-haired, well-built men, but Nick is an average.
Then why not submerge the body, allowing it to be self-preservation instincts he's displayed so far?
Or he's trying to shake us. By using another lake, he just doubled the size of his killing field.
This is even more isolated than Rich. It's 44 miles from the abduction site.
With the forest right in between.
The truck or a camper would conceal his victims.
He's probably too weak to carry them. He might have switched to a small.
Complete his ritual without the proper surrogate.
If that's the case, then kill him.
Hey, so I think it's right up here.
You will. But first I need to know.
With a lot of people last night. There was a party on the beach.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Anything?
Unsub blends in with a younger crowd. I'd say we're looking at mid-20s, early 30s.
You?
Well, he's methodical. Social, too. He's been able to isolate all of his victims. The mother of Jake Shepard, our first victim, said there were several members of the group at the lake that day. But Jake was the only one with brown hair who matched the age preference of the unsub.
Nick's brother Finney's a brunette, and he's a lot like these guys. Why not go after him?
I don't know. He chose Nick Skirvin for a reason. We need to figure out why.
Were drowned, but the first victim, Jake Shepard, was asphyxiated.
Conscious for the drowning.
He wasn't just unconscious. There's pretty intense damage to the trachea. He was dead before going in the water.
But with Nick, he used a... This unsub wants his victims alive when he drowns them.
And this is the interesting part. In all four victims, evidence of broken ribs and damage to the sternum indicate severe chest compression, yet there are no signs of external trauma.
So somebody attempted to perform CPR on these victims?
And was successful. Inflammation to the lungs indicates matter expulsion prior to brain death.
He kills them, then resuscitates them. Why?
We've seen hero complexes before. Ronnie Alcala killed and resuscitated his victims, bringing people back from the dead.
It's not a very good hero, is he? These victims didn't survive.
Dr. Carroll, is it possible to tell if any of these victims were resuscitated more than once?
The indicator is the inflammation in the lungs combined with broken ribs. Severe inflammation could theoretically point toward multiple resuscitations.
Okay, given that theory, how many of the four?
All but the first victim, Jake Shepard. The guy might have tried, but with the damage to Jake's throat, he wouldn't have been able to expel the water from his lungs.
You need a hand?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chase. Here.
Crazy.
Yeah, let me help you with that.
I was never gonna get this thing out. The damn thing ran out of gas.
No worries. I'll give you a lift back to the dock.
I should probably stay with the jet ski.
Are you kidding? Didn't you hear what happened this morning?
The bodies? Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Who knows where that guy is? Better that thing be on its own than you.
You're right.
Looks like we're definitely looking at a sadist. Killing him once isn't enough. He has to resuscitate his victims until he can't bring them back again.
So why the change from choking to multiple drowning?
With the damage to Jake's throat, the unsub wasn't able to successfully resuscitate him.
Resuscitating him makes him feel more powerful.
Which means he has no power in his everyday life.
The change in victimology is interesting. Nick Skirvin was the smallest, but he had the most defensive wounds on his body.
What back the most?
Maybe the unsub was injured in one of the attacks. He's targeting easier prey to complete his endgame. Excuse me.
There's something else. The ME tested diatom levels in the bodies, and it turns out the Wake up! Wake up! Come on! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Chase, wake up! Damn it, wake up!
This time, this guy's all over the map.
Diatom readings indicate he didn't move the body after he drowned her.
Post-mortem wounds, overkill consistent with rage. See, unraveling these took away his underwater graveyard.
She lasted longer in the fight than Nick Skirvin. This feels desperate.
Take a look at this. There was blood on the body that didn't match type to the victim. It shows a severely low white blood cell count. I'm running tests to be more conclusive.
This unsub is sick and getting weak. It'll explain why he's no longer weighing his victims down.
Well, the only consistency to his MO is the
Really low white blood cell count. I'm running tests to be more conclusive.
This unsub is sick and getting weak. It'll explain why he's no longer weighing his victims down.
Well, the only consistency to his MO is the drowning and resuscitation. That's what's most important to him.
If that's the case, I'd say he isn't too happy right now.
Why's that?
There's bruising consistent with CPR, but no inflammation of the lungs, no signs of expulsion. She wasn't successfully revived.
The unsub or unknown subject we're looking for is a white male in his mid to late 20s. He dumped Nick Skirvin's body in Vander Lake and then was compelled to circle back to Ridge Canyon. We believe, therefore, that he's local to the area.
This unsub is a sadist with a god complex. He gets off by killing his victims over and over again. And it's vital that he's able to bring them back from the dead.
He went from choking and carrying fit men to their watered graves to drowning and dumping smaller victims unceremoniously. Diatom levels indicate that he's now stopped moving his victims altogether.
I'm sorry, diatom levels?
Diatoms are algae in water that help us pinpoint time and location of drowning.
Because of the changes to his behavior, we believe he's most likely been injured or sick.
He's definitely experienced in CPR. We need to look at doctors, lifeguards, anyone with training in resuscitation.
You should put younger cops on the lakes undercover. See if they can lure him out. The smaller, less imposing ones you can find, the better.
Well, we could grab a couple guys from the cabin.
Perfect. But move quickly.
He's accelerated his attack schedule. He won't wait long to strike again.
Damn it! Where's the spare?
I think that is the spare.
Oh, of course, there's no reception.
It was a gas station. About a mile back. You want me to hoof it to see if they have any tires?
No, you stay with the car. The walk will calm me down.
Mom.
Are you kidding me? I think after this, I deserve one.
And I deserve a mother who lives to see me graduate.
You're a good son. No matter what anyone else might say.
Funny.
I'll be back within an hour.
No getting a pack at the station either.
Love you. I take it that wasn't Ringo inviting you to another party on the phone yesterday.
It was Caroline. She has ALS.
Ross, what do you need?
It's not what I need, Emily. It's what she's asking me to do. The disease is acting quickly. Caroline is already suffering, and she doesn't want to go out that way. She wants to die on her own terms. And when this case is over and we get back, she asked if I would help her do it.
What are you gonna do?
I don't have a choice.
Is everything okay now?
Can you help me, please? I got a flat just up the road and my son Evan is waiting on me.
Sure. Hop in, I'll give you a lift.
Thanks.
It was Dr. Carroll. Preliminary test results show the onset is cancer of the blood. He's dying.
All right, wait a minute. Witnesses said Jake Shepard, the first victim, was out on the lake for a baptism, right?
He was with his congregation.
Well, those water barrels could be seen as a form of baptism, too.
Especially when doing that on someone who's a God complex.
What if there's a religious or spiritual motivation to why the ensign is doing this?
Speak and be heard.
Garcia, I need you to pull a list of patients in the area with any form of blood cancer.
Hip on my dick. Speak and be heard.
Garcia, I need you to pull a list of patients in the area with any form of blood cancer.
Hip on my bitch, sir.
I also need information on Jake Shepard. Religious ties, spiritual background, anything.
Oh, all that information will make for a fast search. Give me a mo, spiritual, something heaven sent other than my angelic self. Bam. Well, Jake Shepard joined the church after a near-death experience changed his life.
What happened to him?
He was in an ATV accident. He coded for 4 minutes. He was lifelined to LA, where they managed to revive him, but clinically he did die.
Death and resuscitation. That sounds a little too similar to our unsent demo would be a coincidence.
All right, Garcia, dig deeper. Jake Shepard's death wasn't random.
It was on like Obi-Wan.
Garcia!
So a terminally ill ensign targets a man who came back from the dead and then starts killing repeatedly. I mean, am I crazy, or is this about a guy trying to come to terms with his own death?
Finding out you're going to die isn't enough to make somebody a psychopath.
It does, however, explain why he stopped strangling his victims. How do you find out about death?
You ask someone who died.
Is he bringing his victims back so we can talk to them?
Evan. Are you Evan? Are you Evan? Is your name Evan? Is your mom Samantha? Yeah, that's me. What's going on? Yeah, you have to come quicker. There's been an accident. Your mom's been hurt. Well, what happened? Where is she? Come with me.
Who's there?
Come on. Did you see it? The darkness. The light. Did you see? Mom? Don't look at him. Look at me. What did you see?
Jeepers, the more I dig, the more peculiar it gets. Okay, the first victim, Jake Shepard,
Had an interesting life, and I'm using interesting in place of the phrase he was a big hoodlum. He had a history of truancy, petty theft, domestic disturbances, all of which landed him in the juvenile hall.
during high school, as you can imagine.
Was there trouble at home?
Not at all. Jake just fell into the wrong crowd.
What kind of crowd?
The drug and sexy parties kind.
But all of that changed after his accident 6 months ago. After he died. He didn't just die. He was saved.
Jake Shepard saw the light, like literally. He
Spoke of a gentle light and a silhouetted figure bathed in warmth who welcomed him, but told him it wasn't his time.
He woke up a changed man. He believed.
If the Sunset was so obsessed with death, then Jake Shepard was the perfect person to talk to. He'd been there and back again.
But come on, guys. Gentle lights, shadowy figures. Those are the lights in the emergency room and the doctors hovering over the patient, so we all know that. No one actually sees the afterlife.
I did. Before Tobias Henkel resuscitated me, I had that exact experience, and I wasn't in an emergency room. I was in a shed.
Ridge, you never told me that.
I'm a man of science. I didn't know how to deal with it. There's no quantifiable proof that God exists, and yet in that moment I was faced with something that I couldn't explain. Still can't.
What if his son Subs had a similar experience, and this is his way of looking for answers?
If that's the case, why kill Jake Shepard? Why not just talk to him?
He wanted to see if he had the same experience as before. Once isn't enough. Not if Jake didn't see the same thing the unsub did. He wants to know if the experience can change. I can relate to that. Reed felt a warmth and saw a light. When I coded in the ambulance, all I felt was cold and darkness. And I would like to think that there's a different way for me.
He actually died?
Right, but resuscitation is hit or miss. He can't guarantee that he can actually bring anyone back, let alone that anyone will remember what happened in their moment of so-called death.
Reed, what's the best way to make sure his victims had an experience?
Keep them dead longer.
I think your mom needs a break.
It's scared to get there.
Alright, thanks. An SUV's just been found abandoned near Ridge Canyon Lake. Car belongs to a Samantha Brown. Park log shows that she was there with her son, Evan.
He's abducted 2 at once. He needs to find a spot on the lake where he can control them.
Somewhere isolated that gives him the time he needs for his resuscitation ritual.
How would he keep them dead longer, Reed?
There's a saying in the medical community that you're not dead until you're warm and dead. Colder water temperatures could lead to hypothermia, which would offer the best chance for successful reanimation.
I'll compensate for staying in.
Give it to me, baby.
No, see, our unsub's got 2 more victims, and he's most likely taken to the coldest part of Ridge Canyon Lake. We need to intercept them. What do you got?
Okay, checking water temperatures. Now we have several cold spots.
What's with the pinging, Penelope?
The colder spots just match the most recent victims' diatom levels. The unsub's been getting colder and colder the whole time.
Cross-reference water temperatures with your list of prior deaths in the area. This lake means something to him other than cold water.
If he died once before,
Oh god. You know, would Whitaker was murdered 15 years ago. He was a part.
Garcia, check his medical history.
Chase was diagnosed with lymphoma when he was 10. They went into remission when he was 12, but a few months ago he was diagnosed with stage 4 and he's been given 3 months to live.
The idea of having to face death again must be what sent him over the edge. The guy's been haunted his whole life by whatever he experienced that night.
Send us the address, Garcia.
I need a medic.
Chase Whitaker! FBI! Stay back! Let him go.
You heard him. You'll be alive long enough to know what he has to say.
I need answers.
There are no answers, Chase. Nobody gets to know what happens when we die. That's why people have faith.
Faith in what? My life has been one nightmare after another.
What happened to you as a boy wasn't fair. But neither is this. Let him go.
Hello, Dad.
It's not your time, Chase.
It's not your time, Chase.
Not your time, Chase.
You're under arrest.
all.
The timing of death at the ending of a story gives a changed meaning to what preceded it. Mary Catherine Bateson.
You look like hell. You want to talk about it?
Not really.
You can't save everyone, David. You know that.
I lost you once. I don't want to lose you again.
You have to let me go.
I can't. Life is worth fighting for.
Fighting for what? For what? Look at me. Pretty soon I'm not even going to be able to walk. I want to go out as I am, as I've lived, not who I'm going to become.
What you're asking, I can't.
I know. I knew you never could. You spout all that profiler talk, but really the best way to get to know someone is to marry them. You are the best man I've ever known. That's why I wanted you to be with me tonight.
What have you done?
Oh, shh. Just come sit. It won't be long now. No, don't. They won't get here in time. Please.
I have to try.
No, don't. Don't. Don't die in a hospital. David. Please. It's fast. It's fast. I'm already tired. Jeez. You think they'll be there?
I know it will.
Get a fucking ball, bitch.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Drunk Questions. And before anyone goes in the comments and starts like, this is completely inspired by Jimmy Tatro. One of my favorite YouTubers. Been watching him since like 2012 or some shit.
Number love right there, cuz.
Yeah. So one of my favorite. I'm gonna leave the link to my favorite one that he did. In the description. So go check that out. Perfect. But
Double cup. What's up?
Yeah, let me double real quick.
Double cheeked up on a Thursday.
We haven't even done one thing yet.
Goddamn, cash.
Alright, first one. How you got to?
I can't do it.
Here, full. Mine
That's not gonna do it.
nose. Quick mouth.
Alright, let's start off. Let me see what I got. Some of these are bad. Do you wash yourself outside with sprinklers, or can you squeeze into the shower?
What?
What does that even mean?
My shower would work.
Is that like? Oh wait, that's just a joke to me.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck? If you could time travel to a specific point in your life and redo it, when would it be?
I'm still a little salty about when I got banned on Tuesday.
Ooh.
If I could go back,
That's it.
if I could go back in time, I'd probably not promote those.
Man, who farted, man?
Someone farted.
Yeah. Disturbing my drink.
I think it's that Chipotle.
Oh.
Who ate Chipotle?
Kids, you're the one talking about your stomach hurt.
I know how mine smell, dog.
It could be
That ain't my
one of
smell,
those
cuz. If you get all your shower clean, how does the towel get dirty? Yeah.
I don't think the towel ever gets dirty.
It does, but that's because of it being wet, I feel like.
But listen, when your body is
Like,
your body is
if you
clean.
have wet clothes,
But your body is clean.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'll use the same towel for like a week straight.
I'll use it for a month straight.
Oh no, a month?
It's
That's disgusting.
It's because
Dude, I
when
want
it's
to talk
moist,
to
like
you,
the moisture bacteria stays on the towel. Like over time, there's bacteria that builds up. Yeah, the bacteria from the air.
It starts smelling
Also,
old people.
if you don't wash 2 times in the shower, rinse your hair out, and then use the shampoo again. Like if you use shampoo because it already strips some oils, that's why. Tell me it doesn't foam up so much better on the shampoo bottle. It says rinse and repeat. You're supposed to wash your hair 2 times. Try it 1 time. I promise you, it lathers up better the second time.
Hey, Zach, man, I think we answered the questions, dog. All people getting facts, man.
We're giving light skin etiquette.
Who watched the most porn?
I love.
Personally, I'd say those.
Why would you just say me?
Yeah, I feel like it's you too, though.
What the fuck
I ain't gonna lie to
is
you. I can see you.
Wait.
No homo, I can see you watching more porn, though.
Why? Tell me why.
I think you're like a casual porn watcher, dude. Like, you don't watch porn. Every time you pull up a porn, you don't tell it. That's the type of person.
Yo, no. This dude goes, he literally is in hotels for months straight. You know he's talking every night, bro. You're talking every night.
What does that have to do with anything about?
How am I gonna just openly talk every day?
In your own bed.
You're
I'm not just talking every time the door's closed.
Hundreds of people have stayed
It
there.
is close a lot, dog.
No, oh my god.
You got a fingerprint lock on your door.
Who else does it?
Yeah.
Who else does it?
You have that.
I don't know about
Yeah, he's in there with his girl.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, bro. Okay, listen.
And you in there
You
with
can get the strip club.
Hey, dude, no one's door is locked more than Loki's.
Oh, we forgot about Loki.
Loki do be locking the door.
Who holds their liquor the best in the house? Who's the cheapest in the house? And who got the most game with bitches?
Man, I think Malcolm got all that. Yeah, man.
I think Malcolm did.
And family assume you had done.
Oh, man. That's everybody.
Yeah, so are you.
In jail.
No explanation.
No, huh?
I feel like
So we don't have a call or any info on it. We just know he's in jail.
Somebody said
we
we
just
right.
said the guess. Like you're in jail right now. We're guessing.
All right, what did he do?
I would say, Cash, you'd be in jail for
Man, I didn't go.
oh damn, I don't know.
Go.
I could definitely have Cassius be in jail for some
somebody disrespecting LeBron.
Hell yeah, man. I heard somebody said, you know, bleep LeBron, and he just went crazy, man. He just went crazy, man.
What about Oscar?
Why?
Stalking.
What?
Stalking.
Dude, that's what
I got stalking, bro. His ribs break up.
That'd be impossible for you to stalk in person. But you're like, bro, we see.
Yeah. Lowe's, I think.
Lowe's for getting in a fight.
Yeah.
Lowe's because he got drunk and got in a fight.
Yeah, that's
Okay, 100%. He got drunk and got in a fight.
If it was TD, I would have said, yeah.
What are you talking about? Freshman killer. Jack was in jail. I would probably think, bro,
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I feel like it'd be like not paying taxes.
Just some technical shit?
Yeah, some technical
Just like, I mean, like, I only go to prison for insider trading or some shit.
If Mal was in jail, I would think,
Malcolm?
I would say a fight. I would say a fight.
I would say a fight because he took somebody's girl.
No! They have before, that's why I said that.
No?
But I'm a smarter guy when it comes to like reading mind.
You were just in a fight the other week, were you?
True, but look.
Alright, next. Hold on, let me finish. Okay, yeah, go.
The things is sweet.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got it right call, man. We just gonna kick it down and come in, fellas.
Top 5 point guards this year.
Okay, let's do the league. I mean, I think it's pretty like
Lonzo Ball.
Oh my god. Are you doing them in order or just top 5? I'm not even gonna do it.
No order.
Okay. Okay, so Westbrook.
Okay.
Kyrie.
Okay.
That's 2 of mine. Curry. That's
Okay.
3 of mine.
No, it's Harden.
Can you put Harden at point?
Yeah, we might have to. Nah, we're gonna shoot.
Nah, yeah. Don't put him at point.
Don't put him at point. Unfair.
Yeah.
Damian
I'm
Lillard.
gonna put John Wall.
Yeah.
No, it might be Lillard.
It's got
Kemba's
Kemba.
more. I think Kemba's more efficient.
I like
showing a lot of disrespect to his Lillard. That's a lot of disrespect.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Lillard. Alright, so I guess we're all agreeing on that 5.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, bro.
Who's winning in a 2-on-2? Prime MJ and Pippen or Prime D-Wade and LeBron? MJ and Pippen is not even close. Wait. Why is it not close?
Dude, you're getting stopped.
Why is it not close?
Wait until
Prime Dwayne Wade.
Who is he gonna guard?
Yeah. What does he do?
Obviously he's gonna guard Jordan.
No. Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I know what you're going with. Because how many defensive awards do we get?
There's nobody on that. Okay, so you put him on. So you put Dwayne Wade on Pippen.
He's
Okay, now we can ask him about that question. How many defensive awards has Pippen won? He's got a couple.
Okay, but that's hand checking though.
Dude, you gotta stop.
But if Dwayne Wade and LeBron can hand check,
If you're gonna talk about the era, you're gonna talk
well,
about
yeah. If LeBron and Dwayne Wade can hand check, they'd be as good defenders.
Stop.
Dude, but
What do you mean?
you know,
stop?
yeah,
You're acting like the hand check is a made up thing. You're acting like hand check is made up.
No, I'm saying the best in their era was adjusted to that era.
Okay, so if they all play this
hand checking.
So if they all play the
He's
same
still
era,
clamping people up.
how do you know that if all they do is hand check?
You're never gonna know that because it's a
Exactly.
different era.
So then how could you
But
so
you
easily say, oh, Jordan and Pippen? But how can you easily say that?
Because I think Jordan and Pippen would adjust to this era
So
better than
LeBron-
where they're at, better than where LeBron and D Wade are at.
LeBron Dwayne Wade can't adjust to holding people.
Do what?
They can't adjust to holding people.
You're just talking about a 2v2.
D Wade is not gonna hold Jordan or Pippen.
Or
You know Pippen was
You know
better
he
than Jordan.
yeah,
What
he
I'm
can
saying
Jordan.
is, I
He
think
can literally hold
Jordan
him.
and Pippen are a better 2v2 matchup. If we said 5v5 game, it's a little different.
there's some places doing that.
2v2 matchup. If we said 5v5 game, it's a little different.
There's some places doing that.
Okay, why do doctors leave the room when you change, then come back and squeeze your nuts? Dude, I don't have, like, what are these? That's what I'm saying, dude.
Why are you letting the doctor squeeze your nuts?
Dude, doctors have to check the nuts.
For hernia.
Wait, do doctors not check you?
Yeah, bro. Well, okay. The way you just do it out there, like, we didn't say what it was about.
Yeah, he acts like he just ran in the room and just squeezes his nuts and ran out.
Well, wherever you gotta go, I better squeeze your balls to be sure.
You guys, you got a question?
Nah, man.
Listen, if an ambulance is on its way to save someone and it runs someone over, does it stop and help them or call another ambulance?
Yo,
Bro!
Do you know this? Dude, so let's say if you get in a wreck and an ambulance is right behind you, they cannot assist you.
So they just leave you?
Yes, unless you call.
So, but I'm saying, but this is,
It is
if the ambulance runs someone over, are they just gonna keep driving?
Daniel.
Obviously, yeah.
What?
Obviously, to be honest, it's against the law. So help us.
What's happening?
Damn, Daniel.
What's happening?
What is going on, Zach?
You can't do it because
No one even knew. None of the politicians said anything.
Dude. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
You alright? What can you never eat for breakfast?
What?
Lunch and dinner.
What the fuck?
Share your phone up.
Wait, what happened?
He said, what can you never eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
You can never eat lunch and dinner at the same time.
So you can't eat it for breakfast?
Yes, you can. It's called dinner. You never had dinner or brunch?
You're lying, right?
Like I said, later.
Later.
I heard a brunch.
Bro, I know. Wait, if you put a chameleon in a room full of mirrors, what would it become?
Oh, that's a good one.
Itself.
A mirror.
What? If you put it in the middle of mirrors, what is it? Sam, what is it?
Alright, it becomes two chameleons.
Yeah.
Where did you get your first BJ at?
Oh.
I think I'm trying to remember.
I never had a BJ.
I got mine on the school bus.
What?
There it goes.
Real
Alright.
What? Just in the back of the school bus?
Yep.
Alright, if you had to be any animal, what animal would it be?
Nigga, I'm a
You can't be a nigga.
No.
You're a giraffe. You are a giraffe.
I am a giraffe. I don't want to be a giraffe. Okay, what would I be?
I mean,
Obviously it's a giraffe.
yeah, it's a snake.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is taller though? Like, for the sake of
Shit, flamingo.
Would you really want to be a
No, you could be an ostrich.
They're aggressive.
Lois, I got you the slow, bro.
Nah, dude, he a koala bear.
I thought like a big turtle.
Yeah.
What? What? No. No. Fuck your tortoise.
Yeah.
What? What? No. A big turtle.
A nice turtle though.
No. Fuck your tortoise. I just got called a swamp, a turtle, and a fucking koala bear.
Alright, so what would I be before we move on?
Mal, you would be.
I know you might be.
You would be.
I would say a lion, dude.
A lion?
Yeah, I would say a lion.
I'm gonna say a meerkat.
A meerkat. Oh, I can see a
I'm gonna
meerkat.
say a meerkat.
Timon? You seen Lion King? Timon?
I'm gonna just say meerkat just because you called me a tortoise.
That's evil, bro.
Just
Like,
'cause you called me a
you're
tortoise.
trying to one-up me right now, bro.
Why do we say give her book and not give him book?
What?
Think about that.
Because it just doesn't sound right.
But I'm saying you're saying her. Why don't you say him?
I've never said that.
I've never said.
Give her book.
Oh.
Give her book.
Give
I
him.
get it.
You say you give him her book.
You don't say give her book. You say give her book.
No, I said here's your book.
Give her.
That's heavier. A pound of cotton and a pound of steel.
You say you give him her book.
You don't say give her book. You say give her book.
No, I said here's your book.
What's heavier, a pound of cotton or a pound of steel? Cash.
A pound heavier?
Yeah, which one's heavier? Pound of cotton or a pound of steel?
My nigga.
What do you think it is?
Nigga, it's cotton, obviously. What the fuck's so funny?
Cash. It's a pound of cotton
And a pound of
and a
steel.
pound of steel. It's both 1 pound. Would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Holy shit, 100 duck-sized horses.
100
I'd
duck-sized
pick
horses.
them bitches.
Yeah.
How would you be able to kick 100 ducks coming at you and they're
Oh,
horses?
you grab a bat or something. You don't want to fight that.
Bro, they're so small you can easily
Horse-sized.
block that
What is
out.
that? A horse-sized what?
Horse-sized duck.
Oh, never mind. Wait a minute. A horse-sized duck.
Yeah, so it's like a big-ass duck.
Oh, I don't want to take a horse-sized duck. You see those beakers? That shit could eat you.
If an immigrant and a child molester get into a fight, is it called Alien vs. Predator?
Wow.
Bro, I've never heard of that. Bro, holy shit. There's 30 cows in the field, 28 chickens. How many didn't?
Okay, so wait a minute, because I'm hearing it twice. Check it out. There's 28 chickens, as in like the number 28, and there's 20 that ate like 20.
Yes,
20
say it
cows.
again.
How many didn't eat chicken?
20. If you're saying 20 and then 8 ATE, it's 20. But if you're saying 28, like
Wait,
number,
so if it's 8, you're saying 20 didn't?
no,
You said 30, right?
you're saying 28 cows, 28 chicken.
No. I said there's 30 cows in a field, 28 chickens.
Yeah.
How many didn't?
8, nigga.
I thought it would be 10.
What do you mean 8?
Cows.
It's obviously 10. You're saying 8.
20.
28 chickens. Well, you thinking like 28?
My nigga, so it's 10.
It's 10.
Obviously, you said 20, then you said 8.
How come your nose runs but our feet smell?
I don't got that.
That's a good one.
Wait, how come our nose runs but our feet smell?
Whoa, what?
How much money would it take for you to do 5 years in prison?
5 years?
5 years?
5 years.
5 bill.
5 bill?
Bill? Nah, if someone was like,
500 million. You wouldn't do
I'm
it.
doing 500 mil.
500 million.
Honestly,
What kind of prison?
I'm honestly doing 100 mil.
It's not. I wouldn't suggest like a real violent or something like out of 10. I say like a 7.
Oh, fuck.
You can. This guy really get a lot of money.
Nigga do that so much money, he bought his own prison.
Maybe it's one thing.
Yeah, and he went to prison in that prison.
So what, he just ate whatever, had girls?
Right, he had girls for no, bro. He had roulette tables.
How's that even
He
prison?
get like grocery shit to him, bro. Like fresh
You
lobster.
got locked up on him, bro.
Like rabbits, they eggs.
Rappers.
Rabbits.
Rabbits? No, they just have babies.
This shit.
So why does the Easter Bunny carry eggs? Real talk though, like
It's the difference between a bunny and a rabbit.
Wait. Nigga, what?
A bunny is a fiction character.
How is a bunny a fictional character?
Buddy is a rabbit.
or it's a big
A bunny's a fictional character.
Bugs. Bugs.
Can you daydream at night?
Daydream at night? No, that's a nightmare.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna end it. Listen, next time, if you guys want to see a part 2 like this, and leave better questions in the comments, because we weren't working with a lot of good questions. Definitely leave a like and put your questions in the comments, or tweet them at me, whatever it is, so we do a part 2. Just end it. Yeah, the video's over. The video's over. Why are you doing that?
I just teasing
You
him.
go sleeping, dog.
Laughter.
Dude, I haven't showered since we played basketball.
No.
Oh man.
Did you?
Yes.
Bro, I
20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yo, Cash.
Oh yeah, outside. Let's go.
What's up, YouTube? King3992 here, aka King Green, aka Best Stretch on 2K, aka Defense A1 since day one, aka Horse Land, baby. But that Horse Land, that was for my day one sub. Y'all know when I had the mascot, that horse mascot. Y'all know what that means. Y'all know. But today, I want to talk about shooting. Because a lot of people always ask me, how do you shoot the ball so good? Why are you so good at shooting? So basically, what I found out when I was in 9, it was early on, as you can see. I was like, what's this back here in the alleyway? As you can see, I pulled up and I hopped on the spot. I noticed it said today top score 60. And I was like, what's going on? So I just pressed X to join the line. I didn't even look at the instructions. I just hopped on, you know what I'm saying? I was like, now when I got out here, I was like, what is this? What's up with all these numbers? And then I realized that it was points for different, you know what I'm saying? This is a 3-point shot. You know, behind me is a 4-point shot. And then I noticed that it was a timer that was ticking on the right corner. And I noticed when I got a green light, when I was shooting out here, you get a green light, your time go back up. So your time is going down, and then when you get a green light, they give you a boost to your time remaining. So that's what I found out early on. But when I first came out here, I was just checking up a bunch of shots. And you see I just got that green and my time went up, right? So I figured it out early on that out here, it's the way to practice a jump shot, you know? But if you get a green light, it add a boost to the time remaining. So I was just out here shooting around. I was just doing my first time actually doing it just to see what kind of score would I get, because it said the top score was a 60, so I was just out here shooting around, just trying to figure out, you know, what kind of score can I get. As you guys can see, I got a 34. I got a 34 right here. This was my first time coming out here. I got a 34. So I told some of my boys, I was like, come out here and see what kind of score you can get. As you can see, I got way West 27 and RIP Big Daddy. They came out here, you know, so I was like, you on the court, let me see what kind of score you get. You know, keep in mind I got a 34. So I told one of them, well, both of them, like, just go. I want to see what kind of score you get, because I'm trying to see what the average score is. Because I know this said top 60. You said today was a top 60. So I was like, okay, that's a high score. And you can see my boy, he's shooting around, you know. He just shooting. And what I found out from both of these guys shooting, with all of us shooting, we all had around about a 36 score. So I was like, okay, if we all getting around a 36, and that gotta be like an average score for like an average shooter. You know what I mean? So I started thinking like, okay, if that's a 36, then maybe to be a better shooter, like above average, you should be getting anywhere between 50, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere between 40 and really 50, you know? That's what I was thinking. So I was like, just keep shooting around, let me know what you get, you know. As you guys can see, y'all gonna see what he get. I think he ended up getting a 33. Let's see what he get. Okay, he got a 33. So I told him, well, waiting boy to go up next, you know. Just figure out, you know, what's the average score? What's the average shooter around here getting? So he's about to go next. You know, see what he gonna get. I think he ended up getting a 36. I want to say he got a 36. So remember, I got a 34, I think, and he, you know, RP Big Daddy got a 33, and I think my boy Wavy Boy 27 is gonna get a 36. So we're gonna watch him shoot for a minute. Don't worry, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna go back out here again 2 more tries so you can see the score that I get. You know, but basically, out here shooting around on this court, this is how I became a better shooter. And I just wanted to bring this for you guys, because a lot of people keep asking about how do I shoot the ball? You know, how to shoot the ball so good. They want to know what's a good jump shot versus a great jump shot. How do they practice their jump shot? This, I'm telling you right now, this is how to practice a jump shot. Come out here and shoot around. But the type of score that you are looking for, I want to say, if you want to know if you got a great jump shot, come out here and shoot 3 times. Out of the 3 times, you have to get at least, I want to say for a great jump shot, out of those 3 tries, you should be at least getting 40. But go for 50 though. You want to go for the 50 score. Go for 50 because you know if you get 50, you got a great jump. If you get 50, so let's look at me. I'm out here shooting around again for the second time. You know, I'm stepping back for that 4-pointer. You know, you see it going in. You know, I like shooting deep. And believe it or not, this actually helped me in the park with shooting deep on the 2v2 or 3v3. Like this actually helped me out. So. This is what I was doing early on. You know, I didn't really tell anybody, but this is really what I was doing. Like, I was out here shooting around, just getting a feel of the game, you know, just getting a feel of the jump shot, you know, trying to figure out how it is. So, you know, every game mode is different. Like, shooting out here is going to be way different from shooting pro. So, if you want to get a park jump shot, you can just come out here and practice your shot for the park. You can see I'm missing some and making some. Let's see what I get. But I think I got a 40. I want to say I got a 45 this time. Let's see what I get. Man. 45. Yeah, 45. So at this moment in time, I knew back when I was in 90 overall, I knew that 45. Okay. So I was going for 50. So I was like, let's come out here again. You know what I'm saying? Try it again. Try to get that 50. But I think I ended up getting 47. But y'all get the point. The point is, if you come out here and you getting a score of a 50 or close to a 50, you got a great jump shot. Just stick with it. Just stick. At that point, you have to stick with it and just name one stretch big right now that's out here making win streaks and hopping off win streaks for fun. Making win streaks and hopping off win streaks for fun. Name one stretch big right now that's out here making win streaks and hopping off win streaks for fun. Making win streaks and hopping off for fun. Watch this walk off a 27-game win streak.
Get it. 27, gone.
Ready for 27? I thought it was 27.
About 27, cuz.
Name one stretch big right now that play 2v2 and 3v3. Name one stretch big right now that's not afraid to go up against competition, no matter if you're a YouTuber or not. So this gameplay right here, man, this is for all the people that are talking about I don't play no competition. Now look at all the records, man. Look at me and Wavy's records. We got goated records, you know? But look at these guys' record right here. We've been here before. We had records, you know, early on like this. You know, this kind of considered get records though, you know, but they got a lot of games to play to prove themselves. You know what I'm saying?
The ambulance is right behind you. You should have assist you. So they just leave you. Yes, unless you.